and he again shouted,
"You need to thank Dana Goodman."
Except for this time, before he could fully say the word Goodman, Hendrix delivered a swift right hand from Charlie and was knocked out. He fell over. Will Smith was charged with aggravated assault, criminal conspiracy, simple assault, and recklessly endangering another person.
Why the fuck they arrest Will Smith? Why did they arrest him and not the bodyguard, bruh? This video here, it was recommended by one of my homies' Song. It's called The Forgotten Gang Life Will Smith Lived. I mean, wasn't he from West Philadelphia? I'm pretty sure he dealt with some gang shit back then. I know with all the controversy about his wife and the nigga taking dick in the ass now, which is crazy. Them niggas about to sue that nigga. But he was probably on some gangster shit. Will Smith was gang. Hey, I believe it. I believe he was gang, bruh. I wholeheartedly believe it. Bruh. His own best friend came out and said, hey, he was taking it in the ass on the couch. What kind of best friend are you? What's good, Strug? W Gang Will. Nigga, if you my mans and you go out and tell niggas I was getting fucked in the ass and I'm trying to keep that on the low, oh, nigga, I'm throwing, nigga, we digging in your ass, nigga. We bending you over. I'm gonna be like Ray J. I'm gonna go find niggas that like niggas that, you know what? I'm not even gonna finish that. Let's get to this video, man. Let's get to this video. Let's get to the video.
In the winter of 1989, Will Smith had the worst day of his life. He was in jail for allegedly doing something that would seem extremely out of character to his fans today. Or this.
Bruh. Hold up. Let's go back real quick. Nigga, he should be in jail for this lineup right here. What the fuck is going on with your lineup, cuz? How you got a fresh fade, but a fucked up lineup? Who was your barber, nigga? They probably threw him in jail because of his hairline, bruh. Like, what is this? What the hell?
Character to his fans today. Or this could have been the moment that prompted Will to adopt the squeaky clean and largely positive image he had portrayed throughout his entire career. In 1989, the Grammys introduced hip-hop categories for the first time and got off to a pretty shaky start, if not horrible. The nominees for Best Rap Performance were Will Smith and DJ Jazzy Jeff, LL Cool J, Salt-N-Pepa, Kool Moe Dee, and JJ Fad. However,
and I bet you Caution don't know none of them. Let me stop. Let me fucking stop, yo.
3 out of 5 nominees didn't show up and boycotted the event. The leaders of Def Jam Records, Russell Simmons and Leor Cohen, orchestrated this boycott because none of the rap categories were televised. Yet all 9 country music categories were part of its televised show. DJ Jazzy Jeff told reporters, "They just said there wasn't enough time to televise all of the categories. They televised 16 categories, and from record sales, from the Billboard
yeah, they really are forgotten. Not a lot of people know them niggas.
Charts, from the overall public's view, there's no way you can tell me that out of 16 categories, that rap isn't in the top 16. Will Smith, or the Fresh Prince as he was still known back then, said that this might not be the case if they improve on this for next year. He said, "They don't know anything about rap music. Our boycott was to open their eyes to rap music, so next year, some rapper will be able to perform at the Grammys, and the awards will be televised because the music is large enough and important enough to be on the show." When the winner was read out, the award for Best Rap Performance went to Parents Just Don't Understand by DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince. At just 20 years of age, Will Smith had become a Grammy winner and was helping break hip-hop into the mainstream. However, the clean-cut image Will had portrayed in his lyrics and videos was not exactly the full reality.
Will definitely got jiggy with it. This same hairline, bruh. I see why this nigga stopped going to Philly for a haircut. Because his hairline be fucked up, bruh. His hairline would be fucked. Nigga, I'd stop going to Philly for a haircut. W Fresh Prince. Free Will? Nah, Will in a good spot, bruh. There was good reasons. They said he'd take it up the bruh. I was just talking about that before this video started. His own homie brought that out. Oh, I'm pretty good, bruh. I am good. I just washed my hair. I feel a lot better now that I wash my hair, bruh. All the flakes are gone. Bilal could be lying though. He could. That's why he getting sued. Him and that Tasha K. Hey, bruh. I just saw a tweet earlier today. Like Tasha K is probably the first woman to be is probably the first woman trying to get generational debt. I was crying, bruh. Bruh. Where it was good, King. Yeah, this video is not about Will taking it up the back door. It's not about that. It's about his gang life he used to live back when he was like a fresh 19-year-old, 20-year-old, bruh. It don't got nothing to do with all those rumors that's going out right now. Hey, his wife even said, nigga, we suing. We as a family is suing. Fuck that nigga. He was taking it in the gangs. Hey, yo. What the fuck? There's a lot of that goes on in Hollywood. Oh, yeah, most definitely. But back to the video.
Around this time, West Philadelphia was being run by a gang known as the Junior Black Mafia, or JBM. Will has explained that it was a situation where you were either with them or against them, so he became friendly with this gang. Will often hung out with Leroy Bucky Davis, who was a prominent member of the group. In his memoir, Will said, "When you're a 20-year-old rapper from the inner city of Philadelphia who's just made his first $1 million, the only people who can afford to hang with you are other rappers, professional athletes, and drug dealers. I chose drug dealers." To keep him out of harm's way in public, Will had a bodyguard named Charlie Mack, who was dubbed the Big Brother of Philadelphia. Will and Jazzy Jeff even had a song called Charlie Mack, First Outside the Limo, about him where Will raps, "He's our homeboy from around the block. He's regarded through the city as the hip-hop cop. Height about 6'6", weight about 290. Everywhere I go, Charlie Mack is right behind me." In Will Smith's memoir, he says, "I was Charlie's ticket into rooms into which he would have never been invited. And Charlie was the hammer that came down on anybody that dared to talk trash about me." On the surface, it looked like Will was destined for further success after his Grammy win. But in October of that year, Will and Jazzy Jeff quickly tried to continue their momentum with the release of their album, And in This Corner. The album completely flopped.
They was about to say the album completely flopped. I understand. Look at this image. This looks like a flop-worthy album. Will, what are you doing here, sir? Who told them this was cool? Not many people even know about that album. Shit, to be honest, I ain't even know about that album for real, for real. I knew Will Smith had one flop. This is the album I forgot about. You sure them rumors are rumors? Hey, they rumors until the court say they not. They definitely rumors until the court says otherwise. Hey, if we never went to court, it's all rumors.
Will said, "It was a tragedy. It went like double plastic. Sales were poor, which had a domino effect where they were
Double plastic is crazy.
Selling fewer tickets, and their performance fees were cut by 70%. Everything they worked to get to where they were was brutally taken away from them." Alongside this crisis, both Will and Jazzy Jeff were exposed for not having paid their taxes. Whether it was being naive or criminal intent, they were earning lots of money and not paying a single dime in tax.
W not paying your taxes, but IRS will be on your ass. They will be on your ass.
Smith has joked about this period and said, "Before I was in trouble with Uncle Phil, I was in trouble with Uncle Sam."
These are facts. Fuck the IRS. I wish I could say fuck the IRS, but them niggas worse than the government, nigga. They audited the fucking government. And the government failed their defense budget 6 years in a row, bruh. Like, what? They be up everyone else's ass but they own? Facts. IRS probably like, hey, these niggas need to give us our money. We ain't gotta pay nobody. They followed that album up on Home Base, though. Yeah. That's for summertime. Yeah. We were supposed to stop paying taxes after World War II. Nowhere in the law says we got to. You know niggas be getting over, and you know niggas don't be reading, bruh. The normal everyday man in America do not read. That's why the government's getting over on us. And they will definitely come for you, bruh. They will come for you.
With things going from bad to worse, Will was still loved in Philly. He was invited onto the Philadelphia radio station WDAS-FM and appeared on a new show called Rap Digest. The show was hosted by Mimi Brown, who has supported Will since early on. The studio was a soundproof room with see-through glass on both sides, so when Will was performing, a crowd began to form through the glass. Eventually, Will realized that he was now being watched by Dana Goodman, his first ever record promoter and someone he was, by then, on bad terms with. Goodman was with another record promoter named William Hendricks and whispered something into his ear. Hendricks then opened the door and entered the studio.
Niggas don't. You sign a lot of shit and don't pay attention to the fine print. Facts. You know all that shit they be doing on like the video games and shit? Like, hey, read this, read this. Niggas don't be reading that. They just scroll down, hit accept, scroll down, hit accept. They don't do that shit. Nigga, I don't do that shit. One of these days, I'm going to read one of them joints and see what it actually says. We're going to read the fine print one of these days. And you know, when I was doing car sales, niggas was not reading the fine print. No one was reading the fine print when they was buying a car, bruh. Niggas could have got over. We could have got over on niggas, and niggas was not reading the fine print. I just told them a little summary of what the paper was all about, and niggas would not read it, bruh. It's called wife agreement for a reason. I'ma get scammed, W getting scammed. We all getting scammed, bruh. We definitely could have scammed hella niggas in the car industry, bruh. And they probably did scam hella niggas back then. But I just told them a brief summary of what each like document they had to sign was about, and that was it. I'm gonna buy my first car in a few, but I know them car dealer tricks. Hey, always act like you about to leave. They gonna lower that price for you.
Hendricks was now standing beside Charlie, who was keeping a close eye on him. Will finished rapping and sat next to Mimi, and Hendricks shouted over at Will, "You need to thank Dana Goodman."
Hey, yo.
Charlie told Hendricks to calm down and that they were on live radio, so he needed to stop shouting. Hendricks ignored this advice and shouted even louder, "You need to thank Dana Goodman." Charlie moved further towards him, and Hendricks tried to shove him away. And he again shouted,
You need to thank Dana Goodman.
Except for this time, before he could fully say the word Goodman, Hendricks delivered a swift right hand from Charlie and was knocked out. He fell over.
Hey, what the fuck made you think? What made you think that you were going to get over a 6'6", 290-pound ass nigga? Nigga, you should have just left. You should have just left, nigga. A 6'6", 290-pound nigga? That's a big nigga. That is a big ass nigga, bruh. And then he just one hit quit your ass, bruh. You should have just left after the first 2 times. I just want to know what his thought process was. Nigga, that's what I want to know. We need to hear this nigga's side of the story, bruh.
Over, and
Dana
8-track
Goodman.
cassettes were now scattered all across the room. Fearing that the police might arrive at any minute, Charlie and Will fled the scene. William Hendricks was beaten badly,
Dre being
to the
alive.
extent that he almost went blind in one eye and needed 6 stitches.
Damn!
And Will Smith was arrested. Will Smith was charged with aggravated assault, criminal conspiracy, simple assault, and recklessly endangering another person.
Hold up. Why the fuck they arrest Will Smith? Why did they arrest him and not the bodyguard, bruh? How you gonna arrest this nigga and not the bodyguard? It's not like he told him to hit his ass. Yeah, that nigga was almost blind. That shit was crazy. Probably because he's the rich one. Yeah. Will ain't tell this nigga to just go, hey, handle my light work. Just punch the shit out of this nigga. Just go beat his ass real quick. Will ain't do none of that shit. And they probably did take him because all he would have did was pay for his bodyguard's bail and he'd have been out that night. They was like, let's take the rich one. They ain't gonna have the money for this rich nigga. And he can't take the money out while he in jail. Man, that was some bullshit. That was bullshit. Will ain't deserve that, bruh. He ain't deserve to go to jail for that. He did not deserve to go to jail for that. Not at all.
The sequence of events on what happened at the studio came from Will Smith's memoir, so keep in mind that there may be some level of bias to his
Will's
account.
alter ego.
The most perplexing aspect of this case was that Charlie Mack wasn't even arrested, and it was alleged that Will ordered the hit on Hendricks, so he
No way. The bodyguard wasn't even arrested. I would have understood if they arrested both of them, bro. And they're trying to say that Will ordered the hit. He ain't do that, bro.
Who was responsible? Will Smith argued that he was targeted because Hendrix could get more money out of him than Charlie Mack. But whatever the finer details were, Will Smith went from a Grammy winner to a prisoner in a very short span of time. In an interview with Oprah, he said, "So the money is gone, the car is gone, I'm laying on the floor in a jail cell, and I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. I won a Grammy 8 months ago, right? Like, what is happening?" A source told the National Enquirer, Will had to spend a night in the cell at the West Philadelphia police station with other inmates waking him up all night long and asking for his autograph. It was the worst night of his life. He wants to forget it ever happened.
Hey, at least they were just asking for his autograph and not just taking this nigga's shoes. I'd be okay being in jail, just niggas asking for my autograph all night. I'd be like, all right, fuck it. If they would have just took my shoes, oh nah. We'd have to go Franklin Saint on the nigga, bruh. Them entanglements sound like entrapments. Hey, yo. Hey, fucking yo, bruh.
What you won't find in Will Smith's memoirs one story that explains why these charges went away. According to the National Enquirer, the JBM were working hard to make sure he didn't end up serving a prison sentence. After the assault, Hendrix's 13-year-old son Sheldon was allegedly offered a ride home by someone he knew. However, this person happened to be a member of the JBM. When he got into the car, this gang member locked all of the doors and said, "You know there's money on your head. I can't let you go home." His father, William Hendrix, was then notified by the JBM that they had his son. Afterward, two things happened. Will Smith was released from prison with all charges dropped, and Sheldon Hendrix was released by the JBM. And Sheldon is confident that these two outcomes are related. Another possible reason as to why the charges were dropped is that the Hendrix realized Will was completely broke and had no money. Sheldon also said that Will Smith later paid his father $25,000 for his silence since the incident. And when the National Enquirer approached William Hendrix for a response, he provided them with no comment. It should also be noted that the National...
Bruh, not they kidnapped this nigga father to get this nigga out of jail, bruh. That's crazy. What's good, alien? That's crazy. They was like, hey, let's kidnap this nigga.
Enquirer is a tabloid news outlet known for sharing gossip and hearsay. It could be fabricated, or it could equally be true that the kidnapping happened without Will Smith even knowing about it. But this was the life and environment that Will inhabited before he became the movie star that he is today.
I was gonna say he looked like he on drugs, but he just probably old, bruh. He just looked like an old man. He just older, bruh.
When Will finally got out, he was given a warning. A family friend was a cop and asked him if he knew a certain group of people. Will admitted that he knew them, and they all happened to be members of the JBM. His friend warned him that the FBI was rapidly closing in on this gang and would be willing to arrest anyone with any association with them whatsoever. So he was told to leave Philadelphia for the foreseeable future.
Oh, shit.
Will had been flying back and forth to LA at the time, so he decided to move permanently to the West Coast. And in an act of desperation, he asked JBM member Bucky for a loan of $10,000. This would pay him enough money to pursue a career in acting. Sadly, the friend of his died a couple of days later. As the FBI was closing in on the gang, violence ensued from within the gang, and Will lost a good friend. Back in LA, things didn't go according to plan, and he found it hard to get work. At this point, Will was panicking. His then-girlfriend suggested that he could get some acting roles by simply hanging out at the Arsenio Hall show, and hopefully, he would bump into someone there. Will wasn't in any way confident that this would work, but he did it anyway. And around here, he bumped into a guy named Benny Medina who was looking to develop a sitcom about his teenage life when he was sent to live with a rich family in Beverly Hills. As you may have guessed by now, he was developing The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. To secure a role in this sitcom, Will was invited to a party at the home of the legendary music producer Quincy Jones, who was looking to produce the show. Will was famous in hip.
Will been going through some shit? He has, bruh. He definitely was going through some shit. His whole life is going through shit, bruh.
Pop, which by then was still a niche genre of music. In Quincy's home, he was now surrounded by household names like Steven Spielberg and Stevie Wonder. The prospective producers of the show were also at the house, so Benny asked Will to audition right in front of everybody. Speaking to Idris Elba in an interview, Will said, "Benny told me, right now, everybody that needs to say yes to the show is sitting out in that living room waiting for you, and you're about to make a decision that's going to affect the rest of your life." So I said, F it, give me 10 minutes. I got out there and it was all a blur, but I did the audition to a standing ovation in the room. I was ad-libbing. And I don't need to tell you that Will got the part. With this role, Will Smith would go on to become a superstar. Will parted ways with JBM and is believed to have given them $600,000 so they could remain on good terms. Throughout the 90s,
Damn, he gave a whole gang $600,000. Where did that $600,000 go? Did that go to the head nigga of the gang, or did they spread the wealth out? Like, how the fuck did that happen? And where are y'all getting these rumors from, bruh? Where is this coming from?
Will Smith would be inescapable with his appearances on TV, movies, and the radio. He currently holds the record for starring in 8 consecutive 100 million plus hits at the US box office. And in 2022, he was finally able to brush off the criticism that he was only commercially acclaimed and not critically acclaimed when he won the Best Actor Academy Award for his role in King Richard. And sadly, not many people remember him collecting this award. Instead, they recall the now infamous slap that he gave Chris Rock when he made fun of Jada Pinkett Smith. In the aftermath of this incident, many were shocked at how
her face got me crying. She said, "Ooh, let me get the tea." Nah, he did the slap first, and then he won the fucking award. That was some gangster shit, nigga. I'd still fuck Will. I bet you would. She looked like she low-key enjoyed it. She probably did enjoy it. Every time Chris see Will, he should get his security to beat his ass. Alien trying to get jiggy with it is crazy. Get jiggy with me. Na 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 na.
How out of character this was, but some news outlets pointed toward the incident in 1989 and the life that the younger Will Smith had once led. Make sure to subscribe for more.
W video. Hello, Asinine. Let me subscribe to him too. That subscribe. Get jiggy with it. Na 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 na.